Okay, you guys, we are moving on to the stuffing, and I have about 4 tablespoons of fresh thyme chopped up really fine, about 4 tablespoons of fresh rosemary chopped up super fine, and I am going to move on to the sage right now. I'm going to chop this up really fine, and this is all going to go into our stuffing, our bread stuffing. So I have the perfect tool for this. We were out in Anchorage about a month or so ago, and I bought me one of these Uli knives, and I gotta tell you, this thing is so sharp and it is so easy on the wrists. So I'm using that because it made chopping rosemary super simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this chopped up, and we're gonna get moving on to making our stuffing. So for our stuffing, we're going to need 2 large onions to start. Let's get these chopped up, and we're going to get these put down into 2 sticks of butter. And then we're going to add all of our fresh herbs that we just chopped up, and that's going to go directly into the stuffing. Okay guys, we got these 2 large onions here. We're going to get these going in 2 sticks of butter. And then I'm going to be chopping up and adding some celery as well. So let's get these starting to just sweat off. Oh, it's going to be so good. Okay, so to our onions, I'm adding about 2½ cups of celery. We're going to let that get all cozy in there with our onions. Get them just sauteed down. And then to this we're going to add our seasoning, salt and pepper. We're going to add all the fresh thyme, sage, rosemary. And I'm going to actually add an additional teaspoon of sage. So let me get some salt in here so that those onions and celery releases their juices. And we'll just let this cook down for just a little bit. And in the meantime, we're going to be working on tearing up our 3-day-old bread. Okay, our onions and celery is looking really good here. They're sauteing down nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add all of our herbs. That's about 4 tablespoons of rosemary, sage, and thyme. Get that in there, and I will tell you, the second this hits the pan, it smells like Christmas or Thanksgiving in here. And you just salt and pepper this to taste, you guys. Oh my God, it smells so good. And we're just going to cook this for a few more minutes just to get the herbs to release their oils. That's about it. I'm going to go ahead and put in an additional teaspoon of ground sage, just because I'm crazy like that. But this is what I came up with that tastes really the best. It's about a teaspoon of the ground sage. So what I got here, and what I'm doing is I've got 2 loaves of stale bread. I actually had it sitting out for about 3 days in the oven. You don't have to turn the oven on, but you know, nowadays they put a lot of preservatives in this bread, so it actually, I did have to put it on proof for a few hours to really get it good and dried out. But you can see it's very hard, and that's exactly what you're looking for. So you just want to break all this bread up, and that's going to become our stuffing. We're going to add some stock to it. We're going to add our softened onions and celery and spices to this, and we're going to get it in the oven. Okay guys, we got all our bread broken here. I've got 3 cups of homemade turkey broth, but you certainly can buy the store-bought chicken broth or whatnot. Just watch your sodium. And I got my husband as my helper here today. And what we do is we just start pouring this in little by little. And he's gonna mix for us. This is too hot to mix. This is burning hot, so. I might need to make more. Are we still filming?
Yeah.
More bread in there.
Well, let's get this. It's hard enough to keep it in the bowl right now. So maybe before I get it a little bit more sticky.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make some more broth.
Pour it in.
Okay guys, so my 3 cups of turkey broth was not enough, so I'm resorting to my Better Than Bouillon, and I've just made another 3 cups by putting a couple big tablespoons of Better Than Bouillon into hot water here. I'm just mixing it up, and we're going to use this to finish off the stuffing. The stuffing needs to be very, very wet. You don't want it dry. It needs to be wet. Okay, we've got that mixed. We've got all the bread in here now. So I'm going to stop there. So we were only maybe half a cup shy, but I wanted, and we might use a little more. But I think you're going to have to start using a spoon now, honey. Because I want to get this in there and it's hot. So now we're going to add all of the goodness. I'm going to give them half. Yeah, here. Let me get you another one. I want to be able to show you the consistency that this needs to be, how wet it needs to be. See back there, it's dry. You want this spoon?
No.
Now at this stage you can taste it and add additional salt and pepper as needed.
Yeah.
That's looking really good. I'm going to taste this little piece right here. Oh my God, it's so delicious. At this point, I'm going to add just a little more pepper. I think it's good on the salt. Maybe a little more salt. And that's it. We're going to get this into a baking dish. We're going to bake it off at 375 for as long as it takes. It usually takes about an hour to an hour and a half depending on your oven. But this is the consistency that we're looking for. It's nice and wet, it's sticky, everything's coated well. That's what we're looking for. So we used about 4 cups of stock. cover this with tin foil. I'm going to pop it in the oven at 375 for about 30 minutes, at which time I'm going to uncover it. I'm going to let it continue to cook until it's golden brown. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Much love.